Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast, and we got more James Harden BS to talk about. Man, oh man. I mean, does James Harden have any friends in the NBA, right? I mean, at this point, nobody has really come out and defended James Harden. Who in their smart mind would? And we saw this coming, and here we are. He still remains absent from the team, which we'll get to, but briefly, Paul Pierce made an appearance on Undisputed with Rachel Nichols today to talk about the James Harden situation, and he lays it on thick. I mean, he pretty much cooks him, and he makes. Listen, I'm not a big Paul Pierce fan, but in this particular situation, he makes total sense, right? Basically, he's saying that, look, wherever James Harden has gone to and left, the team has to go through a complete rebuild, right? He was in Houston, he left, the team has to go through a rebuild. He was in Brooklyn, he left, the team had to go through a rebuild, even though in part that was due to Kyrie and KD wanting to be out, especially after Kyrie wanted to be out. So, but nonetheless, you are part of that whole failed experiment in Brooklyn, right? Then you go to the Philadelphia 76ers and you want to leave. And you want to leave Philadelphia, most likely, if they can't get a haul back or whatever, they might have to start the rebuild process because they're going to probably annoy Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid, if he's not going to, listen, if I'm Joel Embiid, I'm asking for a trade today. I'm not waiting. I'm putting pressure on that Philadelphia 76ers front office immediately, right? I just won an MVP, and this is what I got. I see Giannis over there. He's won a couple MVPs, a championship, and he wasn't satisfied. He had talked about, not sure if he's going to re-sign or too early to sign, and already, boom, they got Damian Lillard. Let's go. That's how they're taking care of their big men in the NBA. You see Jokic, they're taking care of him out in Denver. And then he also talked about, Paul Pierce mentioned, like, Clippers. Why would the Clippers bring in James Harden, right? I mean, James Harden, like, I know he's a point guard. I know he took a step back from, a lot of ISO ball and whatnot, and ran the show. But, I mean, will he be a good fit overall? He needs the ball in his hands, with Kawhi, Paul George, and Russ. Why would you go to that team, especially a team that low manages, and then you go there, it don't work, guess what? Rebuild. So everywhere James Harden, basically he's saying everywhere James Harden has gone and left, the team was left in shambles, I'm paraphrasing, and has to do a rebuild, right? So that's the scenario with James Harden, right? So very scathing from Paul Pierce, but I agree 100%. James Harden's a big baby, and when he doesn't get his way, he pouts. And of course, there's been reports that he is still not shown up to camp, or I'm sorry, not to camp, to the team, right? He's still been away. Look, they're saying that he's still away for personal reasons, right? Harden has reportedly cited personal reasons as to why he has been away from the team and has maintained consistently this offseason that he feels he was lied to by the Sixers president more, presumably over a perceived promise that he would have either been traded or received a long-term contract extension by now. Well, you're not getting anything. You're not getting either. Okay, and I've always been like, if I'm the 76ers, you trade him for whatever and just move on from the James Harden era and build your future around Maxey, and let him blossom and develop into that leadership point guard role. And they can do that though, right? So here we are with James Harden. Look, James Harden hasn't done anything competitively since he left the Sixers. He's working out, but even in camp, he really didn't do much. Maybe one drill. We need a plan for him not to be there for quite some time. Right, and that was quoted from a show, Ramon Shelburne, who got the inside report on what's going on in Philadelphia. So, I mean, he's the same playbook he did in Houston, being lazy, becoming up fat and everything, and he's doing the same nonsense here. But I just thought it was very interesting from Paul Pierce. Not really interesting from Paul Pierce, but it's like nobody in NBA circles is really on James Harden's side. I have yet to see any zero support. Philadelphia fans don't, 76ers fans don't support him. I haven't seen any player in the NBA support him. Maybe a couple here and there because they want to hang on the hat of, well, if a man made a promise, he got to honor the promise. Okay, fine. Promises get broken, but there's still a level of professionalism. You still opted in like a fool. And if you really want to be free, then bounce that. No, you wanted your money, so you elected to opt in and get your money. Okay, cool. You can't get traded. Okay, so what? It happens in NBA, right? But no. So he got it. He's opted in for his money. And they're not able to trade him, so he's gonna pout. Not gonna show up the preseason, really, the camp, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just keep him away from the team. You don't want him poisoning Tyrese Maxey, the young and up-and-coming guard, and everything like that. Not that he probably would, but, you know, you just, for the organization standpoint, you just don't want to be around that type of stuff. You don't want your young up-and-coming player to be around that. And then also, you got to find a way to make Joel Embiid happy within the next 48 hours. Something has to happen, man. I mean, or at least if I'm Joel Embiid, within this 48 hours, I'm asking for a trade. And I'm being firm on that, right? So, anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think about all this. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.